right, and welcome to day 10 of the Fit to Lead Core Challenge. You've made it. You're on day 10. So we decided on day 10 to call in everybody. So all of us are here, Teresa, Tyler, myself, and we're going to take you through the final day. So we're going to do each of us are going to do 3 different exercises in the same format that we've done, in that same 360 format. And so let's get on with it. So there's a little bit of instruction on this very first exercise, and it's called a baby rollover or a fetal flip. So it's an exercise that you're going to probably use a mat for. And what you're going to do is you're going to lay across the mat, and the chest is going to be off the ground and the thighs are going to be off the ground. Hands are going to be above, and you're going to try not to touch the ground and rotate over to the other side. When you get over to the other side, you're going to rotate back. But instead of just kind of rotating right on through, you're going to stop in the middle and then try and create that roll the other direction. You will find that one side is a little harder to roll than the other. So without further ado, it's time to get the baby rollover started. 30 seconds. Here we go. Let's go. When you roll back to that center, stop it in the middle. Some of you are probably struggling right now, laying on the floor, wondering if you can ever get over to your back. That is completely natural. It's hard, okay? If you need to use your arm, you can do that, okay? Working that all the way across, both sides. One side will feel a little easier than the other. Again, that is kind of natural. All right, second exercise. You're going to be going right into the tabletop from here. Okay, we've done this exercise before. We're going to add a little twist to it this time. And literally, I mean twist. You're going to be touching the hand to the opposite foot, alternating back and forth. Here we go. Keep those hips up. Remember the tabletop? Holding up nice and tall. Hips are up. That's the way. Good job. Balance is going to be a little off on it. That's okay. Again, you're not trying to do a million of these. Just try and maintain a good, smooth movement pattern. Awesome. Good. Okay, now we're going to be on a side run plank. I'm going to be on the elbow. I'm going to show you a couple different iterations of this. Okay, what you're going to be doing is off the elbow, off the feet, or Teresa's going to show you off of the knees, and you're going to drive that elbow past the knee that's coming up. Here we go. Hey, Tyler's doing a high plank position. Okay, and he's pulling that in through. So he's going totally off the grid, making this a really hard exercise, but always key on this side plank is staying up nice and tall. Come on, you got this. Been training 9 days to be where you are right now. Awesome. All right, flipping around to the other side. We have to do the other side, otherwise you'd be walking around in circles all day. All right, hips are up. Hey, arm is up. Get yourself ready. All right, bring that knee up. Drive the elbow past the hip. It's like you're running. Good job. Awesome. 20 more seconds, then I'm going to hand it off to Teresa, who's going to take you through the next level of this. 10 seconds. All right, my job here is done. Teresa, over to you.
We are flipping onto our stomach, and we're going to start with a Superman, working the back of our body. So if you want to start laying on your front, I've got my hands stretched out, legs are just hip width, and I'm going to lift up with my arms and legs and down. I'm going to keep my head still, just lifting. And the key for this is to really try to reach long so that your elbows are nice and straight, knees are straight. Engage the glutes, and it's much easier to lift. You can see different variations going on the screen. Shane's doing opposite arm and leg. Tyler's doing some swims are a little bit harder. Got one more. Good job. Roll over onto your back, please. We have hip sway next. So we're going to do some rotation from the center of our belly, where our belly button is, So fold your legs up. We'll sway to the right first. So I'm going just a little bit to the right and then back. Good. We got different variations of this. My knees are bent, stacked over top of my hip here. And you got Tyler. You see him with an extended leg. Makes it a little bit harder. Shane's got his hands in the air. Makes it a little bit harder. The key is to keep that rib hip space. So it's about 2 fingers from the top of your hip to the bottom of your floating rib. Keep that down. Last one. Good. If you're tired, you can put your legs down for a second. Otherwise, you can stay up here into tabletop, and we're going to hip sway the other way. Again, make sure you've got the middle of your pelvis and your ribs, shoulder blade down, and you're on the back of the head looking out on a 45. Here we go. To the left, a little sway and down. And some things that people do as errors in this one is that they pick their opposite rib up or shoulder blade up on the other side. So you really want to anchor down those ribs so that you feel that movement moving in the rotators of the spine, front and back. Good. Make sure you take a little breath in and then exhale. Probably get about 1 more in. Good. And release. Great. You can bring your legs down if you're tired for a second. We're going to move into a double leg stretch. It is a little bit harder activity. You want to make sure your spine is neutral, natural curve in it. So we're going to show some variations. So mine are going to be arms stable, and I'm going to extend my legs out towards the floor. And you'll see Shane, he's doing a bit of a shorter lever with his legs. They're bent, makes it easier. And Tyler, he's adding arms and legs, so this makes this a lot harder. You can also, if you want to make it a little bit easier, but you want to do double leg, you can take your reach and go a little bit towards the ceiling a little bit, makes it easier. If you come right down by the floor, it's a little bit harder. We got about 1 more, and take it away, Tyler.
Perfect. Hello, everyone. Welcome to day 10. We are starting with the extended plank. So we're going to set up in regular plank. Keep that core tight, glute engaged, and we're just going to step our hands out in front of us. And we're going to hold. So our hands are above our head. Keep that core and glutes tight. We're working that upper back and shoulders to keep us in place. All right, you might see on the screen someone holding from a knee position. Also, you can alternate arm movements. Get some action up there. We're going to hold. This one's a tough one. 5 seconds. Perfect. All right. Moving on, we got a cross-body mountain climber. So we have added a mountain climber this week, but now what we're going to do is we're going to drive those knees to the opposite side. All right. Get ready in high plank. Here we go. So it's not all about speed with this one. You want to make sure you're reaching that elbow. If you go too fast, you might mess up your movements. Also, want to make sure that butt isn't shooting up. You want to make sure it's staying nice and even with the body. Keep going, everyone. 10 seconds. We're driving across the body. All right, good job. Moving on, we got our last side exercise, and I like keeping the hardest for last. Here we go. We got a side plank, leg dip, and lift. So we're set up in side plank. We're going to lift up the leg, and we're dipping that hip. Here we go. So try and hold it up there. Maybe take it down for a bit. Lift it up again. Dip down. So we're still keeping that core and glutes engaged. We want our body nice and wide. We don't want our butt shooting out behind us. If you notice your leg might be moving over in front of you, just keep it back to the side. You want it right above that other leg. There we go. All right, last side. Flipping over. Catching our breath a little bit. Here we go. We're sweating. Last exercise. You got this. All right, so we're getting set. Elbow right beneath the shoulder. We're lifting up that leg. Here we go. We're dipping. You can see the end of the challenge. Here we go. Light at the end of the tunnel. Again, you can maybe give your leg a little rest. This one's a little tough. Here we go. We're dipping. All right, a little rest. Let's hit this last 10 seconds. Here we go. Good work. Keep going. Almost up. There we are. Back to you, Shane.
Woo. All right, so there you have done it. 10 days. You now have a whole lot of different exercises that you now can put into your core routines. You'll notice that during this entire session, we did not do a crunch or a sit-up, okay? So we look forward to bringing more of these challenges to you. Thanks for joining us on this 10-day journey. We'll see you next time. Thanks, Teresa. Thanks, Tyler. Have a great day.